When did your roommate realize they were the problem? Josh and I went to college together. He was the fun guy, the dude who showed up to class still drunk from the night before, but somehow aced his presentations. So when he said, bro, we should get a place together, I'm honestly a great roommate, I believed him. Turns out, great roommate to Josh meant you do all the cleaning while I treat the apartment like a frat house. He'd leave dishes soaking in the sink for days. At one point, a mold colony developed its own postal code. He claimed, I'm just letting nature do its thing, less scrubbing that way. He never took out the trash, just kept cramming it down like it was a physics experiment. One morning, I found him poking at it with a broom handle. He looked up and said, see, still room. He used my towels, my shampoo. He once wore my hoodie out and returned it 2 days later smelling like weed and cologne that could dissolve concrete. He never apologized, just laughed it off, always with that same line, bro, I'm chill, you're too high strung, you should be thanking me, I'm helping you loosen up. Right, nothing screams relaxation like finding pizza crust in your bedsheets because he hosted a party in your room while you were gone for the weekend. Then came Danielle, his new girlfriend, loud, chaotic, and completely unbothered by basic human decency. If Josh was a thunderstorm, Danielle was a tornado made of glitter and vape smoke. She'd blast music at 7 a.m., barefoot, stomping across the wood floors like she was trying to summon demons. She borrowed my laundry detergent and left passive-aggressive notes when I used the last of my own paper towels. Once, I walked into the bathroom and found her dyeing her hair in my bathtub. The tub looked like it had been used in a murder scene. Oops, she said, with a little shrug. Guess you'll just have to take showers at the gym for a while. The final straw was my drawing tablet. I'm an illustrator. It's not just a hobby, it's my work, my escape, my peace. I'd saved for months to buy a professional grade version. It was my dream device, but I made the mistake of leaving it on my desk. When I got home one night, I found Josh and Danielle using it to play some digital finger painting drinking game they saw online. They spilled alcohol all over the screen, dropped it, and because irony is apparently alive and well, drew crude faces on top of the cracks with the stylus. I was furious, but knew he wouldn't care. I walked into my room, closed the door, and stared at the broken screen for a full 10 minutes. Then I opened my laptop and started looking for new places to live. A week later, I found a studio apartment across town that was affordable. When I told them I was moving, Danielle fist pumped. Finally, I told him you were like so uptight. Ugh, now we can finally use your room for my Pilates videos. Josh pulled me aside after she left the room. Dude, come on, man. You can't bail now. You know I can't cover the full rent. Maybe you should have thought about that before turning the apartment into a biohazard, I said. He opened his mouth, then closed it. Okay, yeah, fair. But like, we're still cool, right? We were cool back in college before I learned what a great roommate actually meant. I moved out that weekend. Instant peace. A few days later, I got a text from a mutual friend. LMAO, bro. Guess who's losing it without you cleaning up after him? Turns out, Danielle didn't like doing dishes or laundry or anything that didn't involve attention and kombucha. A week after that, I got another update. She dumped him, said he was immature and a walking red flag. Also, she found out he'd been sleeping around. Apparently, she asked around their social circle, and the truth about Josh spilled like a toppled can of Monster. He called me and left a voicemail. Yo, man, so like, if you hear of any places opening up, let me know. Danielle left, rent's killing me, and I'm kinda staying at my parents' place now. Just temporary. Cool, cool. A couple weeks later, I was at a coffee shop and noticed Josh at the next table, meeting some poor soul who was clearly there for a roommate interview. Josh had shaved, even wore a button-up, trying to look responsible, I guess. Then Josh got up to use the bathroom. The guy he was meeting saw me watching and asked, hey, you know that dude? Yeah, I used to live with him. How was it? This was my moment, not to hurt Josh, but to save this guy. Dude uses your stuff without asking, doesn't clean, eats your food, lies about paying bills, and his last girlfriend left him after finding out he was cheating with a barista and his ex. Josh came back a minute later, and the guy stood up and said, actually, I think I found another place. Good luck though. From what I've heard, he hasn't moved out of his parents' house since. I've got my own place, a new tablet, and no crusty plates in the sink.